that it could promote collaborative learning for all the students. So basically, the students and the teacher created a video problem where all of them participated. And one of the questions was, for example, why are most of the plants green? And after that, the students started to do their own research at home. They brought it, they shared it with each other, they learned a lot with each other, and then they used also the platform from Blocographico, mostly for content searching, because Blocographico is not a video tool. And they learned with each other in a different way they usually did. They worked in groups, they watched videos, and they also created some videos and very nice posters. It was amazing to use it.
Maybe you will say a bit more about Blocographico as well?
Yes, Blocographico is mostly a content provider. It's one of the biggest editors in Portugal. They have a lot of content, and it was nice to work with them because they usually focus on the content, and these kind of approaches, like creating videos and using videos the way we do in ViSuAL project, it's been different for them, and having the input from the schools was something new for them. They are used to create content, and this kind of feedback is not as regular as they are used to.
Okay, thank you. And the poster is the first one here, so let me start from here, so that you don't have to stay right now. You can come back a bit later when we have introduced the other posters as well. So the second poster will be from Switzerland. And Alberto and Alessia, maybe you will give a short introduction to that.
Thank you, Margus. Hi, everybody. We have been visiting the flipped house with the ViSuAL group, so I could not resist, and we flipped our presentation. So I will give the floor first to Alessia to present the idea, and then I will tell you a bit more about the experiment.
Hi, everyone. So thank you, Alberto. So we'll briefly talk about our tool, which is the iVideo.education, and it's a software that allows users with little to no experience editing to create hypervideo starting from traditional videos. And what a hypervideo is basically a video that is enriched with external content. And this external content is used, and then we'll see how, to promote collaboration and reflection. So we have different ways to access our content, and we have markers through the use of iVideo that are spatially and temporally defined. So spatially defined means that these markers are put in a specific part of the video to gather the attention of the users. So sometimes they blink, sometimes they are more shiny, sometimes they're less shiny, but the goal is to gather the attention of the user and to focus their attention. Then they are temporally defined, meaning that they are attached to a temporal segment of a video. So that allows us to have a specific moment in time that is targeted and can be used for reflection and collaboration. So what you will see in the experiment is that we use the collaborative affordance of the tool. So you can construct videos with the help of other people, and that's what we were interested in exploiting. And you can do it through annotations, which work as comments, meaning that when you watch a segment of a video, you can add a note or a comment and say something about what you're watching. And then somebody else in your group can do the same, and somebody else will do the same, so that we can create a discussion and then reflect upon it. And then we can allow users through a video to embed other type of links into the video. So those are our external links. For example, access to web pages, access to extra documents, and these allow the user to actually transform the video, to turn it into something completely different. Like I said, Alberto will tell you more about the collaborative use of this tool in our experiments. Thank you.
Thanks, Alessia. We'll briefly speak about the experimentation. We are conducting here. But then I warmly invite you, if you're interested, to come and discuss with us, because we can show you different things. So the experiment we are presenting in this poster, we emphasize the more practical side of the game, not the research one. Again, if you're interested, you can ask. But basically, we work with the teacher education, we work within teacher education, so with teacher students that attend a 2-year-long or 3-year-long program to get their teaching diploma. And we wanted to support this competence development program with video-based collaborative learning. How did we do that? This is only an excerpt of the design, but basically we meet them in a class once per semester, and in between we ask them to video record a practice, their teaching practice. So a classroom activity, for example, short excerpts, we negotiate together which is the teaching activity we want to focus in between one session and the other. And then there are 2 levels of collaboration. We exploit mainly the video notation feature by video. So we ask them to work in peer. This is the first level of collaboration. So they look at the video at distance, in between, and they comment each other. On top of that, also a tutor from SFIBET, our institution, gives them additional feedback. And the second level of collaboration happens when we are in the class, the next time, the following time, and we work collaboratively with all the group on some selected videos of the ones they were working in between. That's basically what we do. We were interested in feedback, the quality of the feedback they give each other, and the depth of the reflection they do on their professional practice. And we got interesting results. If you are interested, come and ask, please.
Thank you, Alberto. Thank you, Alessia. So you have later time to look at it more. So the third poster is from Estonia. My colleague Lina Lepp is a teacher at the university, and she supervises teachers' practicum. And what she did, she used another tool that was Blogographico, that was iVideo, and here we have the tool from company Flowbox, and the tool is called Flowboard. And it is basically an online video platform that allows to upload different videos and to reflect on them. And the reflection was actually, let's say, the study object in this small study as well. There were 2 groups of students doing their observation and pedagogical practice. Half of them, or about half of them, were using this video diary to reflect on their practice. And the other half made written reflections, as we have usually done in Estonia. And then we compared a bit how was their experience in this case. And first, that is not on the poster, but what I saw when I saw first time Melina coming to us with this experience, what she got through the students, and it was really very emotional. She was very happy about what she saw in the videos, but she hadn't seen in written reflection. And this is also actually mentioned here. Here we mention what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages according to our understanding, and what methodology the students will prefer, at least after the first trial with the new tools. And what we found, that the video is really good to pass emotions, because of course in the written format it's not so easy to express the emotions, but in addition the videos were often made right after the experience, so that on the way from school to home or so, and then they also found that it's faster compared to writing. They get used seeing and hearing yourself. That was a bit difficult, of course. Of course, there were also some disadvantages, issues like technical issues and choosing the place to record the video, and they started to focus on some topics that maybe are not so important. But altogether, we found that 75% of the students participated in this study preferred video-based reflection to the written reflection, which was quite interesting already in the beginning of you using this method. So that's it. Let's go to the other side. And the fourth presentation is by a Finnish teacher from Young, actually two of them, Elina Vaara and Anita Pukkanen. And Elina is still in the other session. We have a bit conflicting situation. And her colleague Eila will help us out, please.
Thank you. I'm not Elina, but I'm Eila. Close enough. Elina and Anita use the same technology, Flowbox, but in a very different context. They were studying leadership and management skills, and particularly changing the manager's role and how to better support the YZ generation workers, because they discovered in earlier research that there's a gap, generation gap. So the managers don't understand that well the younger generation for various reasons, and that's why they took videos to help that. So they asked these managers to record any managerial situation, in the real life situation, and then they analyzed it themselves and with the other managers. And then they discussed with our colleagues, Anita and Elina. They arranged workshops. And then they created other aims. How can they improve their leadership skills? And then new videos. And this cycle is still going on. The colleagues have 3 waves of doing these videos. And currently they are doing the second one. The second cycle is going on. What we heard at the beginning is that the managers themselves had difficulties to record themselves. They thought it was, how can they record themselves? And they apparently said, I don't know what managerial task is, what is it? So they needed to start quite at the beginning. But the one aim obviously is also to improve the communication and interaction skills with the wider generation and managers. But I think Elina will be here shortly because she's presenting in the other room, so she can tell much more about this experiment. Thank you.
Thank you, Eila. And now we turn to 2 last posters, which are using the same tool, Iris Connect, and actually Anni is also using Iris Connect right now to collect information and to record videos. And this presentation is by Tiina Takkinen from Finland, from Young again, but Tiina couldn't come to Estonia this time, so Sirpa will take her over to present the poster.
Thank you, Markus. So I'm Sirpa and I'm from the Professional School of Teacher Education together with Eila, and our colleague Tiina, who works as a music teacher, is conducting our experiment, which we are presenting here. In Finland, as you know, it's quite a long country geographically, and there are these instrument players. There are only few in the university. For example, this instrument Tiina is teaching is called kantele. And there is only one student studying that instrument in our university. So during this bachelor program, they also get the qualification for teachers. And because they do the practical training during the teacher studies in that music instrument program, they need, of course, to do the practical training, they need colleagues to reflect on their practices. How can we do that if we don't have a colleague student? So we are using, Tiina is using videos where the teacher student, the music teacher students record herself, save the video, upload the video in Iris Connect platform, and send it to the other kantele instrument teacher who lives in Tampere, 200 kilometers from our university. and again to Helsinki, which is like 4 hours from our university. So they can share and discuss about practical training, how to teach kantele playing together, even though there are long kilometers, a lot of kilometers in between the students. And according to Tina, based on the interviews we have made, she's saying that why haven't we used this before? And it makes it possible for the instrument students to learn from themselves and also from the colleagues. And also as a teacher, she has felt that she needs new assessment criteria because new things is coming out by using videos, not only reflecting just after the practical session. And do I give the floor to Vesna to describe Iris Connect as well? Would you like to take the floor?
Or maybe I want to do her.
Oh, we can do it in both ways. Do you want to? Maybe.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Then, please, our last poster is from the Netherlands, on the same tool, and then Vesna from Iris Connect could talk about the tool in those cases. But what I would add before I will give the floor to you is actually tomorrow we also have a demo market in the lobby, and there will be also introduced one interesting tool how the musicians can play together for distances, and it's really fun thing actually. It was interesting technically for me as well, because for that there will be built a special network for us, only for this.
Thank you. My name is Rij, and I work at the University of Applied Science in Wageningen, the ERAS University. And we are teaching in Wageningen, that part of the university. We are teacher trainers, so we have most of our students are part-time students who are already working 4 days a week. And 1 day a week they visit in our university in Wageningen, and then they follow lessons. At this time I teach students about collaborative learning, how they could practice that while teaching their pupils in the Netherlands. And this normally in the curriculum they would teach each other to practice and reflect on how you could what you could do while teaching in a collaborative way. But we really were searching for a need that they should film themselves at the schools and bring the movies into the university and then reflect real time on what they were doing. And then in the ViSuAL project with Iris Connect, it was a really easy tool for us for using, because students will film themselves, and the quality of the film and the voices are quite good. So we are very good, I have to say. It depends how they film it themselves. And then we could reflect on a really nice way and on certain stages of their lessons, how they teach. And the learning process for me and my students really increased, because we saw many more things, because it was their practice where they were teaching the whole week outside of the university. I think it's the most important things. I have to say, students were really enthusiastic about this app and working with this tool, because they really felt more educated how to teach, or the possibilities they could discover, all the new interventions they could develop with each other. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I will just introduce you Elina, as well. You don't have to talk now, but then later we can approach to her as well with this presentation. But maybe now, Vesna, some words about Iris Connect. And of course, you are welcome to hear more in the lobby there.
Thank you very much, Markus.
RxConnect is a tool that was developed about 10 years ago with the objective of enhancing teacher professional learning, specifically through reflective and collaborative practice. So as you can imagine, we were delighted to be part of this project because it fits very much with the objective. The system RxConnect comprises of two elements. One is the mobile app, which enables any teacher to film their practice in the classroom very discreetly and securely without having anyone else there, so that the dynamic of the classroom activity is not impacted. The security is a very big element there, so the application is designed for the video file to get automatically uploaded into the secure individual space on the platform, where the teacher can use the tools that we have developed for analysis of the deeper analysis of the video, for sharing securely with either peers or with coaches, and for developing professional discussions around the key moments. So all the tools have been developed in order to enable that, including time-linked comments, so that we have the possibility to have very evidence-based and contextualized discussions and feedback. But also, on top of sharing and discussing the videos, there is also a collaborative space where other material can be shared and the videos can be put in context, because obviously the important thing is to ground it in the theory. And it is also important to have modeling of what that looks like in practice, to have possibility to upskill the teachers to know how to do effective reflection, and all of that is enabled in the platform. So I'm going to finish there, and you're very welcome to, if you're interested to find out more, to come and talk to us in the lobby, and we also have a separate symposium about that tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vesna. And now I ask all the authors of the posters to come to their posters, and then all the others, you are free to come and discuss. We have half an hour for the discussion. Let's say that let's finish 10 minutes before 5 o'clock with the discussion in the small groups on each of the posters. Okay? Then we will sit down again. I will tell you when that's over, and then we'll make a short reflection on his own side, and then we will have general discussion later. Good, please.